What's going on, everybody? Togavor here, clearing my throat, and today we're back for week 11 of the NPL. I don't know what date it is. I'm recording this. God damn it, my microphone cord is all out of whack on my chair here. There it is. Alright. Yeah, I'm recording this quite a bit in advance. I'm actually recording this Wednesday. Today I just had my battle, so the battle's fresh in my mind, plus I'm super busy this week, that's why there wasn't an upload on Monday. Sorry about that. And there probably won't be another upload this week, which you guys will figure out by the time this video goes up. But that's just because I'm at school every day until like 9 o'clock. But, anyway, today we're facing off against Razor Wolf 24 and the New York Metangs. I will be leaving his link in the description below. He's a good friend of mine. Go check out his stuff. He makes cool art and uploads some cool Pokemon content. He's a good battler, so more than that though, just hopping in right into our team matchup, he's a very scary team. He has Greninja, which is just disgusting. Greninja's really good. He also has Mew. Mew's really good. Mienshao, really good. Dragonite, Raikou, they're all Gengar, and yeah. But looking at his team, you guys know that I did bring Sub-Bulk up Gallade last week against Tom. I did mention that in the video, though we didn't lose anyway. But before he picked up this Crobat, he had Weezing here, and Sub-Bulk up Gallade just swept him. So I brought Sub-Bulk up Gallade even though he has Crobat, because I'm like, well, if I can eliminate Crobat, I can keep it. So I'm bringing that. But yeah, so Greninja's scary, Mew's scary, those are the things. His team is just so diverse that the things I'll tell you right away, the things I don't expect from playing. I don't expect Mega Steelix. I don't expect Snorlax against my team. Anything else could really come. I don't really expect Gengar to come either, because I have, between like Milotic and Tyranitar, I have it pretty well checked. So let's hop right into my team in just a second. Alright, we're back here for team preview. Just look at my team before we hop into the battle. We're running Sub-Bulk up Mega Gallade, Justified switching to knockoffs, Substitute to try to get easier setups on things like Mew that want to try to give us a burn. Bulk up because Bulk up, Drain Punch because Drain Punch, and then to knock off to hit all those things. This kind of gets beat by Crobat and Florges, though those are two things that my team can handle rather well. Speaking of Crobat, we have Choke. I'm Choke God from NYC, call me Razor. Anyway, this is 1, a check to Crobat, 2, a check to Mew, and the fact that it can't hit me with something like a Drain Punch or an Aura Sphere, if it wanted to run that, and Taunt so it can't burn me. I'm running Jolly max speed, so most of the time I will be outspeeding it, as he does in fact run bulky Mew most of the time. And then max attack to make sure I hit those stone edges and crunches really hard against his team, as that dual stab doesn't have a resistance to it except for Mienshao, but Mienshao's frail as shit and doesn't really want to switch into that. Next, we have Defensive Arcanine. This is kind of the glue of the team, you might say. It's really our only dedicated wall, with leftovers and Intimidate, Will-O-Wisp, Morning Sun, Flutter Blitz, and Extreme Speed, Max HP, Max Defense. This can easily take on a Scarf Mienshao, which is the only Mienshao that I'm really scared of. Otherwise, things like my Scarf Hydreigon and Starmie will be able to outspeed it, as well as Mega Gallade, and ensure that it's not a threat to my team. But Scarf Mienshao, I can come in on it, I can get a Willow on his team, Flare Blitz, E-Speed, heal back up, you know the drill. This is something I didn't realize during the battle, but Sand and Morning Sun don't work well together. Not necessarily, but hindsight 2020, you know how it is. Next we have from the Starmie with Life Orb. Natural Cure, so things like Mew can't status it, and I can switch out freely. Grass Knot for the Gastrodon, Psyshock to hit things like Florges and Crobat, and then Hydro Pump just my main all-around stab to hit things hard, and Rapid Spin to make sure that our god here can switch in freely, and then max speeds, that way I can speed tie with Timid Raikou. Then we're bringing Scarf Hydreigon, which is our main revenge killer. It can outspeed an Oko Greninja, can kind of deal with Snorlax with superpowers. I don't really think I'd bring it. U-turn for momentum, and the Dark Pulse for another stab, and hit things like Mew hard. This is the speed that I need to outspeed all of those possible Scarfers that I could outspeed, and then just modest nature and ensure that I'm hitting harder and ensure some Okos on things like Greninja that Timid I don't believe ensures. And then next we have Call Me Razor, the Salvage Hariyama. I expect this to do a lot of work in the game. This is kind of a weird set, you might notice, but I'm running one. This is not. I mean, I ran some calcs and it does what I needed to do, but I'm running Out of Nature, so I have a little bit more power coming out of this thing. And then I'm running 160 in HP, 96 in defense, 252 in special defense. This thing is my main check true ninja, as it can switch in on anything and threaten it out and get a free knockoff on this team, which will allow things like my Gallade and my Stormy to clean up late game. Alright, so we're gonna hop into battle in just a minute. Alright, so we're back here at Team Preview, and you can see right away, the first thing I notice is no Mew, and I'm like, that thing's a pain in the ass. Glad that's not coming. So, looking at his team, Crobat is obviously gonna be a problem for my team, as well as Florges to an extent. Yeah, I didn't really plan super well for them, and that's on me. Yeah, just don't have a lot for them. We'll see what happens. As Zero says, may the luckier player win. So discussing my lead, this is one of the few misplays I do think that I made in this battle. I lead with my Tyranitar, though pretty much I think every match of the season he's led with Metangs, so I should have just led it straight off with Arcanine. Yeah, I should have just led with Arcanine or maybe even Hariyama, but no, because I need Hariyama. Yeah, I should have just led with Arcanine. But I lead with T-Tar to try to, you know, get up my rocks. Classic me, I left it on really slow for the last turn when I had to try to pause it for the team preview. He goes into Metangs, I have to withdraw straight into my Arcanine, and I'm kind of scared of this thing being banded or some shit, but it's Scarfed, and I eat that up, and I'm like, that's Scarf, it's not a problem. Even though I'm in the Sandstorm, I am just going to go straight for the Will-O-Wisp. I thought I'd look good for Morning Sun, but I just go for the Will-O-Wisp, get it on this Ashley here. And yeah, fun fact, I actually had this battle in the dressing room of our theater with some live people watching. Shout out to you guys know who you are. Anyway, so yeah, I just go for Morning Sun there, not the most effective use of my turn, as you can see with Sandstorm. This is where I got that hindsight from. But I go for Flare Blitz, and that does quite a bit to the Florges, which kind of keys me in, but it's not a bad thing. I go for Flare Blitz again here and break his multi-scale. The Wish heals it back up, though. I wish I had just gone for Double Willow there. That would have been a wordplay. He doubles out here. I don't know what that was. I don't. I know Zero. I know Zero. I do know Zero. Zero's a nice guy, but I don't know. That's why I just go for the E-Speed there and take him out right away. Get some leftovers back, looking pretty healthy. He goes straight into Greninja. I just go straight into Hariyama, and here's Razor living up to his name, the Hack Spot himself, getting the easiest Life Orb U-turn crit of his entire career on my Hariyama. He goes into Crobat, and of course I'm going to have to switch out, so I go straight into my Tyranitar and eat up that Brave Bard. Then right here I'm just going to take advantage of this to get up my Stealth Box. He goes for U-turn and gets a pretty decent amount of damage on me, which should reveal to him that I'm not in fact Scarf. Now here, pause. I spoiled it. But anyway, I got up my rocks. The Sandstorm takes him out of his multi-scale, which does not have leftovers, which I'm pleased to see. And I'm like, he can probably kill me with an Earthquake here, but I don't think he outspeeds me, because I don't think he's going to prepare for Jolly Max Tar. And I think he's probably going to be running Adamant. And I'm not even sure if Adamant can outspeed Tar if it's max speed. I think he can, but he's probably running full PDD because it's like, my team hits this speed here where it really shouldn't need to, but Jolly Max Tar is not good in an open meta. So I kind of predicted him to stay in here, and I go for a Stone Edge and just knock him right out, which is a huge shift in momentum as I get up 6-4 immediately. Right here, I go into Arcanine, and in my head, I'm like, he's gonna crit me. I should not do this. And guess what? He fucking crits me. And I'm like, shit, I might lose, because Arcanine, as you can see, Arcanine checks he counters his Metangs and counters his Crobat, two big defensive and offensive threats to my team respectively. So I got really worried at that point, and it's unfortunate that that happened, but I'm going to go right into my Mega Gallade and threaten him out, just go straight for the knockoff, predicting the Crobat switch in, and I knock off his leftovers, which is going to be really important, as you'll see later on. From here, I'll go right back out into Tar. He goes for default, or no, he goes for Roost here, and then he goes for U-turn. He's going to get the hell out of there. I'm just going to fire off the Stone Edge, I believe, and get a huge chunk of damage on this Raikou, which is going to be really good for me as Sandstorm along with that, weakening it. He goes for Signal Beam there and takes me right out. And then I'm going to go into Hariyama and just go for a Bullet Punch. He switches into Crobat, which I don't agree with because I actually was considering going for Ice Punch there. And you see that does 9%. He doesn't get leftovers here. Now, I predict him to go for the Defog, and this Ice Punch brings him to 10%, and I'm like, can it kill? It's a roll, and it does. And at that point, I was pretty sure that I had the game with my remaining mons. I'm going to go for another BP and knock that out, and he's going to go into his Mian Shao. And here's where my defense and HP EVs come through, and I can go straight for the close combat and take his Hariyama, or take his Mian Shao right out. And with just the Greninja left, I don't believe it'll be able to clean up my team. It goes to the U-turn. I didn't bother going for the Bull Punch. It wouldn't have done anything. And then right here, I just take him out with the Draco Meteor. So yeah, good game to Razor. I don't think he made any terrible plays, except for maybe the weird switch from Dragonite to Florges the whole time, but I just pretty much stayed in control of the match the whole time. Me knocking out his Dragonite with the Tyranitar at that one point was really big, but now we're sitting at 6 and 5, still -3 differential, which isn't the greatest for us, but that's okay. We're sitting at 6 and 5. And, oh, excuse me. Next week we take on. Wait, I'll be right back. Here it is. Alright, next week we take on Mudrake on the Green Papalkias, who we managed to pull off a 6-0 victory against last time. I expect nothing less from my squad this week. But looking even ahead, our last 3 matches are all division games, so after that we play Jolt and then Cheese. Which, Jolt's a huge match for us, because if we can actually win these next 3 matches, we're a lock for the playoffs, to be honest. Even if we go 2-1 in these next matches, we have a fairly good chance depending on differential. That's why I really need to milk a high differential against all of my matches coming out of these next few games. I can't just play a normal safer game, kind of like I did against Razor. I think I could have played that game a little bit more aggressively. Though if Arcanine had not gone down to that crit, I do think the game would have been very different. I might have even came up with a 6-0. Or 5-0, something along those lines. But anyway, that's enough from me. I'm Togavor. You're yourself. I hope you enjoyed this week's battle. And I hope much as I hope you do, that's a lot of I hopes in the past couple sentences, that we can string together some wins at the end of the season to make some playoffs. But, as I said, I'm Togavor, aka Chris. You're yourself. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you did and want to see more. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!